Hey everyone, welcome back to the LBP Speedrunning Guide. Today we're going to look at Swinging Safari. Right at the beginning of the level, there's a skip called Subclip that saves about 10 to 20 seconds depending on how well you do it. You'll always want to go for it, but if you miss it, don't worry. As soon as you spawn, you'll want to run to the right to press the button, and then run all the way back to the left and stand against the wall of the submarine. Underneath the submarine, you'll see a key switch moving back and forth and another slowly moving towards it. The submarine launches when these two touch, so start running to the right when this happens. If you've set it up right, you'll hit the other wall of the submarine when it collides with the monkey statue, and you'll be clipped straight out with a ton of speed. This will let you reach the giraffes early and skip a cycle of waiting for them. If you jump when the collision happens, you can get launched even higher and go over part of the stage, which saves another cycle. You'll want to fall down the second hole in the roof, and be careful not to die before getting a checkpoint, because you'll be sent back to the submarine. If you didn't quite make it up, you can grab the orange material before falling and swing across the roof to this tree. From here you can get onto the second draft by jumping towards the upper half of the branch that's blocking you. This automatically changes layer for you. If you don't get Subclip, get out of the submarine as soon as possible to not lose another cycle, do a dialogue jump and head to the giraffes. After the second draft, move to the front layer to get onto the third one. The first grabbable monkey can be jumped past, just make sure not to edge jump too far and miss the second one. Also, the game switches layer for you here, so you usually won't run into the first one, but sometimes you will, and in that case just grab it. Jump straight past the next monkey onto the branch. There's a strat to jump off the branch up to the higher one to skip grabbing the giraffe. This usually just wastes time though, so there isn't much point in it. Instead, just go down to the lower branch and edge jump off the corner to grab the right side of the giraffe's head. Because of the way it moves around, you can get a bit of a fling off the giraffe's head. Just don't go too high, otherwise you'll run into the wall and won't be able to change the layer until you hit the ground. Jump and grab the next giraffe, and jump off right when Sackboy starts to stand on it to get a nice catapult up to the next one. Do the same thing for the last giraffe, but use the momentum to go to the right instead to grab the next two monkeys. You can edge jump from the higher platform here to go straight to the second monkey to save a bit of time, but it's usually not necessary. If your movement up to this point has been fluent enough, you'll be able to make an extra cycle with the jumping monkeys. It's a bit tight to make, so only try skipping it if you're certain you'll make it. It's very easy to misjudge the timing of the monkey and get killed by the fire, which will just put you a cycle behind than if you just waited. Following that section is some awkward layer changing with a dialogue box right after. Try to land on the edge of the zebra platform to have enough time to dialogue jump past Solar. Here's another race gate. It's probably one of the easiest race gate skips in the game to do, so it's worth practicing, and there are two setups for it. The first is to just run down the steps and edge jump from the last one. The other way is to jump from the zebra platform down to the last drum, and then edge jump. Either way is fine, it's just based on preference. In the buffalo section, it's best to change to the back layer and then run behind them. You can also run in the front layer, but depending on the cycle it might be a bit hard to get back up. Towards the end, jump off of a buffalo up to the monkey. If there isn't a buffalo in a good position, you can also do a jump off of where the floor peaks and just barely grab it, but it's a bit challenging. Swing over the spikes and try to land over the finish line. It's very easy to land on the block that it's swinging over and get crushed by it. If it's swinging the right way, you can actually land on it and get a pretty big speed boost to the scoreboard. With Subclip and good movement, this level can be less than a minute long, but you shouldn't worry about that because most of the time Subclip just won't happen. Anyway, that's Swinging Safari. See you next time on Burning Forest.